Hello kids, so I hope you have revised the portion 4.1 at your home, and in today's class we are going to pick the next topic, that is pictograph. Pictograph is something which we have already done in our grade 4 and grade 5 both. Okay, so let us start with this. Pictograph are one visual and suggestive way to represent data without writing any numbers. So look at this picture. You may be familiar with it from the previous classes. So this is something we have done. In the case of the pictograph kids, what we do is we represent the data in the form of the pictures. Okay, we can take any picture. We can take a smiley, we can take a fruit, we can take any object to represent the things. Okay, so this is a table given to us here which includes the modes of traveling and the number of students also. This picture help you to understand at a glance the different mode of travel used by the students. And based on this picture, we have to answer the following questions. So before we go into the questions, let's go through this table first. What is given to us in this table is a pictograph which contain the modes of traveling and the number of students who has opted that mode of traveling. Okay, so for private car there are 4 smileys given to us. Also we have been told that one smiley is equal to one student, so one smiley here is representing one student, and in private car we have 4 such smileys, so that means the number of students who are opting the private car are 4, right? Similarly, for public bus, we have 5 smileys. So, the number of students here are 5. Then the number of students who have opted the school bus are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So, there are 11 students who have opted the school bus. Similarly, there are 3 students who are coming to school on cycle, and for walking we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So that means we have 7 students who are coming to school by walk. Okay, so these are the modes of traveling, and we have find out the number of students here on the basis of smileys given to us. Now let us pick the questions. Which mode of travel is used by most of the students? So we have to find out the mode of travel which is used by the student maximum here. So we can see it is 11, which is a school bus. So answer to this is a school bus. School bus opted by 11 students. Okay, opted by 11 students. Next, which mode of travel is used by the least number of students? So, the mode of travel which is used by least number of students here is 3. That is cycle. So, answer to this is cycle. So, next we have is a pictograph. It represents the data through pictures of objects. It helps answers question about the data with just a quick glance. So, this we know and we have done this. Now, in the above pictograph, one unit or symbol, smiley, is used to represent one student. There are also other pictographs where one unit or symbol stand for many people or objects. So again, kids, we have done similar question in our grade 5 where one object, it is used to define more number of things. Like here in this particular table, we have triangle, and here each triangle is representing 10 children. Okay, so let us go through this table. What it says is Nand Kishore collected responses from the children of his middle school in Baresia regarding how many often they slept at least 9 hours during the night, and he prepared a pictograph from the data. So Nand Kishore is one person. What he has done is he has collected the responses from the children in the middle school, that how often they slept, that how many of them are sleeping, or always sleeping 9 hours, or sometimes sleeping 9 hours, or they never slept 9 hours. Okay, and on the basis of this, the response from the kids, he has made this table. Okay, so now in the table we have two columns. The first is the response from the kid, always, sometimes and never, and second is the number of children. Okay, so number of children is represented by triangles here, and each triangle is representing 10 children. Okay, so now let's go through this. For always, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 triangles. This is 5 triangles. 5 triangles means how many children? 5 multiplied by 10 children, because one triangle goes for 10 children. 5 triangles will go for 5 multiplied by 10. That is 50 children. Right? Next we have 2.5, 2 and half. 2 and half, I can write 2 and half is 2.5. This is 2 and half. And then 2 and half triangle is equal to what? 2.5 multiplied by 10, which will give us 25 children. Okay. So this comes to be 25 children. That means 25 children are sometimes sleeping for 9 hours during the night. Then we have never, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 triangles. 4 triangles means 4 multiplied by 10, which will give us 40. So this is 40 children. So 40 children have never slept for 9 hours during the night. I hope this is clear to you. Again, I am telling this thing that here one triangle is representing 10 children. So when we will go through this table, it is given that the response always goes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 triangles. Since one triangle is 10 children, so 5 triangle means 5 multiplied by 10, that is 50. Similarly, for sometimes we have 2 and half. This is half triangle. So 2.5 triangle is equal to 25 children. 2.5 multiplied by 10. So this will come out to be 25 children. Then we have never. Never means the children who have not slept 9 hours, never slept 9 hours during the night. So here we have 4 triangles which give us 40 children. Okay. So now we have to answer the following question using the pictograph. What is the number of children who always slept at least 9 hours at night? So here we have seen that the children who always slept 9 hours during the night are 50. So this is 50 children. Okay. This is 50 children. Next is how many children sometimes slept at least 9 hours. For some time, this is 25 children, right? This is 25 children. And then how many children always slept less than 9 hours each night? So here we have to tell the children who have always slept less than 9 hours. So that will come under the category of never. So we have answer as 40 children. Okay. 40 children. Now, these are the solutions given to us here. All right. So, next, this is the same thing which we have just discussed, kids. So, next we have drawing a pictograph. So, now we have the case when data is given to us and we have to draw a pictograph from that data. Okay. So, this thing also we have done in the previous grades, but let's see how we have to do this. So, one day, Lakhan Pal collected data on how many students were absent in each class. So, there is a person called Lakhan Pal and he had selected the data that how many students were absent in each class. So, the classes which are given to us are class 1, class 2, class 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So, we have data from 1st to 8th class. Now, number of students who are absent in class 1 are 3, in class 2 are 5, in class 3rd was 4 and so on, like which is given in this table. Now what he did, he created a pictograph to represent this data and decided to show one student as one smiley. So the unit he is taking is, he is representing one student with one smiley and here he has drawn a pictograph. So let's see how he has drawn. What he did is, he has made a x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so on this axis, on this line, he has taken the number of students absent. Okay, I am also doing this for you. Number of absent students. And on the y-axis, kids, we know this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So in this y-axis, he is taking class first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. I have to extend this. Wait. I am extending this. So something like this. Okay, so now let's try to plot this. We also have this information, so let's try to plot. So in class first, we have 3 students. The number of students who were absent are 3, and we are representing 1 student with 1 smiley. So that means for the class first, we have to make 3 smileys because 3 students were absent. So I am making 1 smiley here. Let me increase the size of the smileys. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So we are making 3 smileys here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now going to class second, we have 5 smileys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we are making 5 smileys because 1 student is representing 1 smiley here. Similarly, for class 3, we have 4 smileys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have to make 4 smileys here. Class 4, we have 2 smileys. 1 and 2. Okay. And class 5, nobody was absent. So no data, nothing. Class 6, we will make 1 smiley. That means 1 student was absent. Class 7th, 5 students were absent. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here we are making 5 smileys. Alright, for class 6th. Now coming to class 7, 7 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 students were absent. So we are making 7 smileys. That is 1 student per smiley. Alright. So this is what we have drawn. I hope this is clear. What we have done, we have plotted the number of students on this axis and we have plotted the classes. You have to write down classes here. We are writing classes on this axis. Okay, this is number of students, this is number of class, and here each smiley is representing 1 student, 1 absent student. Okay, so next, let's go. Meanwhile, his friends Zarina and Sangeeta collected data on how many students were present in each class. So now this is the data of how many students they were present in that class. So this is the data given to us that in class first 30 students were absent, in class second 35 students were absent, and so on. Now if they want to show their data through a pictograph where they are also use one symbol smiley for each one student as Lakhan Pal did, what are the challenges they might face? All right. So now what they are saying is, see kids, we can easily compare that the number of students who were absent were very less compared to the students who were present. Here, if I just talk about class first, so only 3 students they were absent but 30 were present. Now, what they are saying is that if we use one symbol, that is one smiley, to represent one student and we want to plot this data, then what are the problems, what are the challenges we will face? See, the challenges which we will face here are that we will have to make 30 smileys. Okay, in the case of class 1, 35 smileys in the case of class 2, and so on. So instead of one smiley, we should take instead of one smiley representing one student, we should take here one smiley representing more number of students. Okay, otherwise your pictograph will be full of smileys. All right. So Zarina made a plan to address this. Since there were many students, she decided to represent one smiley as 5 students. So this is what she has done. She is now representing one smiley with 5 students. So she figured that this would save time and space also, right? So this is what we have discussed. Now Sangeeta decided to use one smiley to represent 10 students instead. So there were two friends, Zarina and Sangeeta. Zarina, she thought that okay, let me take one smiley as 5 students. But Sangeeta, she thought that okay, let me take one smiley to represent 10 students. Now, since she used one smiley to show 10 students, she had a problem showing 25 and 35 students. Okay. And then she realized that she could use half smiley. This is same what we did in the case of triangles also, kids, where we use half the triangle. So in this case, what she is doing is she is using half of the smiley. Okay, so I hope you understand. So what they are doing is this girl Zarina, she is using one smiley to represent 5 students, whereas the other girl Sangeeta, she is using one smiley to represent 10 students. And while doing so, she is facing difficulty to represent 25 and 35 students because it is not the exact multiple. See, okay, let us try to plot this thing. 25 students and 35 students here. So this 25 and 35 students, they were from which class? 35 was for second class, and from fourth class we had 25. Okay, let us see this pictograph. So kids, in this pictograph we can see here class second was having 35 students, and she is taking one smiley for 10 students. So she has doing what? This is 35 is 30 plus 5. So this can directly be represented by 3 smileys, which she has done here. And now she is left with 5. So to represent this 5, she is taking half smiley. Okay. So she has taken half smiley here. And similarly for 25, she has done here. Again for 25, she has done here. Okay. Because this is not the exact multiple of 10. Whereas in the case of 5, she is not, this girl Zarina is not facing any problem because here all the numbers which are given to us, they are exact multiple of 5. Either we have 5 at the end or 0. Okay. So this is how both the girls, they have represented the data. Now, what could be the problem faced in preparing such a pictograph if the total number of students present in a class is 33 or 27? Now we have a question. Since we could easily draw the halves in the case of 35 and 25 when we are picking one smiley as 10 students. But consider the case where we have to represent the number of students as 33 or 27. So in that case, there would be issue, right? So what we can do in that scenario, we can change our scale in that scenario. Okay, or we can use any other method to present that data. All right. Now let's move further. Pictographs, these are the properties given of a pictograph here. It says that pictographs are nice, visual and suggestive way to represent data. They represent data through picture objects. This we have seen and we have done also. Now, pictograph can help answer questions and make inferences about data with just a quick glance. That's also true. In the examples above, the favorite games, favorite colors, most common modes of conveyance, that is your transportation, then the number of students present or absent, we could easily figure out, yeah, because pictograph was given to us. So it is very easy to understand the things, kids, when we have pictures representing the data. Okay, we can easily understand the frequency, we can easily understand the different categories. So by reading a pictograph, we can quickly understand the frequency of different categories. Example, cricket, hockey, and comparison of these frequencies. Now, in a pictograph, the categories can be arranged horizontally or vertically. For each category, simple pictures and symbols can be drawn. Okay, this also we have done and we know this. Next is a scale. What is a scale? A scale is something which we used to present the data like smileys. We took one smiley as one student is a scale. We took one smiley as 5 student is another scale, and we took one smiley and 10 students. It's the third scale. Okay. Similarly, we can change our scale depending upon the type of data given to us. This is one type of scale. This is second type of scale, third type of scale. So we have taken 3 different type of scales here. Okay. Similarly, we can have more scales, and it all depends at what kind of data we have, and we can choose the type of scale. We can make it on the basis of our data, the data which is given to us. Now, each symbol or picture can represent one unit or multiple units. So here it was representing, this symbol was representing one unit, whereas in these two cases, this one symbol, that is one smiley, it was representing multiple units. It was representing 5 units, that is 5 students, and here it was representing 10 units, that is 10 students. Now, it can be more challenging to prepare a pictograph when the amount of data is large, or when the frequencies are not exact in the multiples of the scale or key, like what we were told for the scale of 33, 47, something like this. Okay. So now next here what we have is, the following pictograph shows the number of books borrowed by students in a week from the library of a middle school. So there is a middle school, Ginori, and this is the list of the books borrowed from the student in a week, in 1 week from the library. So on Monday, these many books were taken, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this is the number of days given to us, the number of books borrowed, and here each book is representing, each picture of the book is representing one book only. Okay. So what we can see here is that the scale is representing 1 unit. Okay. Now, let us go through this. Let us calculate this first. Okay, let us calculate this data. So on Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 books were borrowed, right? On Tuesday, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 books were borrowed. On Wednesday, 2. Thursday, nothing. Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 5 books were borrowed. And on Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maximum number of books were borrowed. Now, on which day were the minimum number of books borrowed? And so, what is the minimum number of books borrowed here? So, on Thursday, that is nothing was borrowed. It was 0. Thursday. What was the total number of books borrowed during the week? Now we have to find the total, so we will add these numbers. Let's try adding them. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. So the total number of books borrowed during the week is 24 books. Okay. Next, on which day were the maximum number of books borrowed? So we can see that the maximum number is 8 here, and it is borrowed on Saturday. So the maximum number of books borrowed on Saturday. What may be the possible reason? So what do you think, why most of the books were borrowed on Saturday, kids? For the simple reason, the next day is a holiday and the kids can read the book at home. So whenever you kids also have a vacation or a holiday, please read the books from home. This is a very good lesson we are learning in this question. Okay. So what may be the possible reason? Next day is a holiday. Next day is Sunday, a holiday, and kids can read books at home. Okay. So this is also done. Now kids, the next question is, Magan Bhai sells kites at Jamnagar. 6 shopkeepers from nearby villages come to purchase kites from him. So there is a kite seller named Magan Bhai, and at the place called Jamnagar, he is selling the kites. and there are 6 shopkeepers from the nearby villages of Jamnagar. They are coming to that person and buying the kites from him. So the number of kites he sold to 6 shopkeepers are given below. So this is the table which is representing the name of the shopkeepers and the number of kites sold to those shopkeepers by the person Magan Bhai. Now we have to prepare a pictograph here using the symbol 1 kite to represent 100 kites. Okay, so what is the scale we are taking here? We have to take a scale that 1 kite is representing the 100 kites. 1 kite in picture is representing 100 kites in real. Okay, and answer the following question. So kids, let us do one thing. Let us first plot this graph here. Okay, and yeah, I will do this here. I'm drawing this here down. This is the scale first. Kids, in your notebooks, you have to use a ruler to draw this. Okay? Yeah. So, what we are doing here is, we have drawn this. So, on this axis, we are representing the number of kites sold. Okay? I am writing number of kites sold, and here I am writing the name of the shopkeeper. So, I am writing here shopkeeper name. So, first we have Chaman. I am writing the name first. We have Chaman. Then we have Rani, Ruxana. Next we have Jasmeet, Jethalal. And the last one we have Poonam Ben. Okay, so this is here. And kids, I am extending this a little bit more because, okay, it is something like this. Now, let us plot it. What we have given here is, we are given that 1 kite is representing one picture of kite is representing 100 kites in actual. Okay, so Chaman has sold 250 kites. So let us break 250 first into this unit. So we can represent 250 into 200 plus 50. Okay, and 200 is 100 plus 100. That means 2 kites. 1 kite, second kite, and then these 2 kite means 100 plus 100 and then 50, that is half of the kite. Okay, so this will be something like this, kids. Okay, this is half kite. This is 2 and half. This is 2 and 2. This is representing 250 number. Next we have Rani. She has taken 300 kites. So 300 is straight, 3 kites. So we are going to represent this as 1, 2 and 3. This is 3. Then we have Ruxana. She took 100. That is 1 kite we will use here because she took 100 only. Then Jasmeet, she took 450. So 400 again is what? 450 is 400 plus 50. That means 4 full kites, 1 half kite. Right? So let's do this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, this is half kite. Next, this is Jethalal. Jethalal has 250 kites. 250 again, 200 plus 50. That means we will draw 2 full kites and 1 half kite. Correct? This is 1 half kite. Last is Poonam Ben. She took 700 is there. That means we have to make 7 full kites. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so she took 7 kites, 700 we have made here. Now we have done with the pictograph, and let us go through the questions given to us. How many symbols represent the kite that Rani purchased? So Rani has purchased 300 kites and we have used 3 symbols. So the answer is 3 symbols, or we can write down, we can also write down like this. You can make the symbol also, 3 symbols. Okay. Then who purchased the maximum number of kites? So this we can also see from the data and the pictograph that it is the Poonam when she purchased the maximum number of kites. How many? 700 kites, right? Next is who purchased more kites, Jasmeet or Chaman? So Jasmeet, she took 450 and the second is Chaman. Chaman has 250. Chaman has 250 and Jasmeet has 450. So clearly this is Jasmeet who took more. Next. Ruxana says Poonam Ben purchased more than double the number of kites that Rani purchased. Is she correct or not? Okay. So what is she saying is that Poonam Ben has purchased the more than double the number of kite Rani purchased. So let us see how many kite Rani purchased. Okay. Rani purchased here. Rani has purchased 300 kites. Okay. 300 kites. Now let us double this amount. Double the amount of kites purchased by Rani. It will be, we are doubling this amount, that is 2 into 300, we will get 600. Now what she is saying is that Poonam Ban has purchased more than the double. Now let us see how much Poonam Ban has purchased. She has purchased 700 kites, which is clearly more than the double because it is more than 600 also, which is double of the number of kites purchased by Rani. So let us write here number of kites purchased by Poonam Ben, purchased by Poonam Ben is 700, which is more than the double amount of kites purchased by Rani. Okay, that is 600. So 700 is more than 600. So that means this is true. Okay, this is correct. Is she correct? Yes. Why? We have written below. So kids, this brings us to the end of this exercise of pictograph, and in our next class we are going to start bar graphs. But again, before going to the next class, I want you all to do a quick revision of all the questions at your home. Okay, and in the next class we will pick the bar graphs. Now I will see you all in the next class.